really important one to actually go and identify. If anybody knows, there was a general in the Australian Army called Peter Cosgrove. And Peter Cosgrove made a very, very smart comment that I heard one day, which was, the hardest enemy to kill is the one that you cannot see, right? So this principle is actually all about identifying where we're doing this thing right here, which is called self-sabotage. We tell stories to ourselves on how we can't do it, or we're not worthy, or we go and self-deprecate and all this type of thing. Let me give you a real life example of this. So we wanted to test this whole principle of self-sabotage. We're humans, we go and self-sabotage ourselves, right? Either consciously or subconsciously too, right? Unconsciously. So we did a job advert up. It was many, many years ago. It was like literally more than 10 years ago. And we put an ad up for a GM, a general manager's position for a company. It was not a real company. And we wrote out the ad, stock standard, boom, 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 boom. This is what we need. And we put $50,000 on it as the salary, right? Now, in came flooding all the applicants. We had an amazing response from it, and we got 161 applicants, right? Now, the next week, we ran the exact same job ad again. We didn't change anything. The wording, we want exactly the same person. Boom, 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 boom. The only thing that we changed was the salary, right? And it went from 50,000 to 250,000. Have a guess now how many people applied for it in the second week. It wasn't 161, it was 4 people. And guess what? None of those 161 were the 4 people. They were 4 brand new people. So the interesting thing is we wanted the exact same person. We worded it out, yet people went, I'm just not worth 250, but a whole bunch of people thought they were worth 50,000 here, right? And this plays out often in different parts of business and life. It's like, I can't get there. I need, excuses. I need money to make money, right? I haven't developed a wealth plan yet because I'm not ready to go and do that. And they sabotage, or I can't get to this position in business or life because of blah, 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 and we go and sabotage ourselves, right? Or it becomes too difficult or uncomfortable, so we'll go and sabotage it. One of the things that plays out here, please write this one down, is boring is profitable. So in business, we talk about that we want to make business as boring as we can to keep it as profitable as we can. One of my constraints as a person is I have what's called a very high change index, right? So I love change. I get quite excited by it. So in business, sometimes when it's too boring and simple and straightforward, this happens in life, guess what I'll do? I'll go and self-sabotage it because I want to get a little bit more excitement in my life, or I want to go and do some change, and it doesn't serve me, right? So unknowingly, I'll go and self-sabotage the scenario. Another big place that this plays out, so be thinking, where do you sabotage yourself? But another big place where this plays out is in pricing. So I mentioned it in a previous video, but very often people will sabotage their own value and not price their product or service high enough to what it's worth. They'll say things like, if I put my prices up, guess what? People will stop buying, right? Can I tell you, in all my years of coaching, in all my history of coaching, so I've coached literally thousands of businesses over potentially 2 decades, only once where we have wanted to do a price increase, only once have I ever had to unwind it because it had a negative effect on profit, right? I'll say that one more time, because the price increase had a negative effect on profit. It might have had a negative effect on revenue, but it didn't have a negative effect on profit. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, right? So my illusion on that one is, we only had to unroll it once, all the other times it worked, is that says to me that the vast majority of people that I come across don't price their product high enough. They sabotage themselves and the value of what they're doing. They're leaving money on the table, right? So have a good chew on this one and go, where do you sabotage yourself? Is it in a part of the business? Is it in the way that you're setting your goals, that you're limiting that because I don't want to set a goal that's too high because I might not actually go and get there, right? But really hone in on this one. It can be very, very detrimental. And when you do get it, too, by the way, there's a little thing inside your head called your alter ego. Right now, that's the little voice inside you that starts trying to sabotage you. So you need to name your alter ego. I have Wonderful Wade, and I have this other one, excuse the language, but he's called Wanker Wade, right? And whenever Wanker Wade tries to sabotage me, I've got to tell him to be quiet, go away, so that I can let Wonderful Wade go over here and keep going. So if you want to have a bit of fun, go and name your alter ego, so you've got someone to go and tell to be quiet when they try to do this to you. All right, have some fun with it, folks. This will apply a bit of pressure when you really hone in on it. But let's go get some amazing growth and go and do some great things and leave this one on the sidelines. All right, bye for now.